Kevin, just sum that one up for us there.
Delighted. Tricky place to come against. I know the area well. I didn't realise there's a bit of niggle between the two sides, a bit of a local derby. From my experience, local derbies can be difficult games if you don't approach them right, if you're not professional, if your attitude's not right. So they can be difficult, but I think we'd all agree. I think they'd certainly agree that we dominated the game of football. That's one of the most one-sided games of football I've seen for a long time. Probably a little bit overcritical in terms of probably should be saying we could have won about 8-0. So again, we need to be a bit more clinical in the final third. But some of our movement today, some of our patterns of play was outstanding. So I said to them there, credit to the players for them to have the right attitude, approach it in the right way, and we're gaining momentum now. That's 3 wins on the bounce. We've scored 4 goals, but I'll probably never ever be happy, because I know that we've got far more as well in terms of scoring more goals.
And the lads looking sharp out there. So only 2 more friendlies to go until the start of the season. Just how pleasing is that for you and the coaching staff overall?
Yeah, they're from day one, from minute one, they've walked back through the door for pre-season. They've engaged, they've listened to everything we've been telling them, they've brought into everything we wanted in terms of the fitness side of it, the way the club's moving forward with our strength and conditioning, our sports science. The GPS come this week, which is another little cog in the wheel, which is, we're moving in the right direction, but that means nothing if we don't produce performances on the pitch. And whatever we've asked them to do, they've done it 100%, and they're getting better and better. And I promised everyone at the end of last season that we will be the fittest team, if not, one of the fittest teams, certainly in our league. And we've already shown against better opposition this season, in pre-season, that we're as fit as them, and we're way behind them as well in terms of when we start the league. So delighted with where they are at the minute. Still lots of hard work to do, but fantastic performance this evening, and their fitness levels are superb at the moment.
And there's been a lot of rotation in pre-season, a lot of players getting a good amount of minutes. Is that something to expect in the opening of the season?
Yeah, well, I don't think I'm going to give too much away, but clearly, everyone knows that the closer you get to the start of the season, you want to be pretty much nailing down the team that you're going to probably be looking to start with, and that's just the way it is. But what I would say is, I said from day one that there's competition in this squad now. When you look around it, the experience, the quality we've got in amongst it, we've got a decent sized squad. Everyone's competing for a place, and no matter what 11 I've put out there, even the kids tonight, they're coming in and it's not phasing them, they're doing their job. So, the biggest thing for me is trying to keep everyone fit. So we've got to get the balance of training right, get the balance of minutes of players playing football, and now we'll be switching to 90 minutes. We've got a game Friday against Sunderland, and then Saturday against Pontefract, so there'll be lots of chance for the players to get 90 minutes under their belt, which they need. I know Tom Broadbent got 90 under his belt this evening, so we'll be upping it in terms of minutes on the pitch. Some of the play that we played this evening and have done in the last 2 or 3 games has been outstanding.
Yeah, and the players that have been brought in over the summer as well have all settled into the side very well. Tom Broadbent, you mentioned there as well. Just how pleasing is that as well, as a manager, just to see all those signings settling in so quickly?
Yeah, I think it's, you see it in tons of teams, when you bring in a lot of players in one hit, trying to get them to gel is normally the hardest thing to do. But I think we've been very clever in terms of our recruitment with the experience that we've brought into the side that have played league football. And you don't need to tell them too many times what their job is. They know it. It's just reminders, and they've been a massive help. And our other players have learnt from them, and you can see that in the side. The balance, I think, of the squad is really, really good. I'd like to bring one more in if I can, and we're trying very hard to do that. So competition is going to be really, really tough, and unfortunately I can only pick 11 players, but at the minute, everyone's giving me a problem because they're all playing well, they're scoring goals, they're keeping clean sheets. That's all I can ask for.